Hello, my name's Shell. Welcome to my channel where I've been documenting since January 2021 my weight loss journey. At the minute I'm doing intermittent fasting, which I've been doing for most of this year, and it's working out really well. I'm finding it to be the best weight loss method I've used in all the years that I've been trying to lose weight. Certainly the easiest anyway. I think because it's so black and white, you're either eating or you're not eating, and I like that. I like it to be so defined like that. During the day I don't eat until tea time, and I find it just takes all the stress out of thinking, what am I going to eat, how much should I eat, when should I eat next, because I'm hungry all the time. And this week I've been following my usual method. I did last Saturday I had what I call my French window, which means I didn't eat anything till about 5:30 in the evening, and then I ate what I wanted up until bedtime. And then the rest of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I just ate one meal a day. And it usually takes about an hour. I open my eating window from when I start my tea, and then after tea I have a hot chocolate, and then the window's closed. Sometimes that can take a bit longer because sometimes I do the dishes in between having my tea and my hot chocolate, and sometimes, to be really exciting, I do the dishes afterwards. So it's a different time period, but it's somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour and a half. I started my weight loss journey at £190, which is 13 stone 8, and last week I had put on 1.5 pounds for Easter, and I'd gone up to 9 stone 7, which is £133, and I'm quite happy at that weight now. I think I'd like to stay, as long as I'm anything under 9.5 stone, I'll be happy. Although I would love to lose another £20, I'm quite happy to just let that take its course and do it slowly. I don't want to have to put in too much effort now. This week is actually the anniversary of the only time I ever got to target, or was it, they call it goal? I don't know, it was with Weight Watchers. I don't know if they call it target weight or goal weight. But it is the anniversary of when I reached that goal, and I did learn a very good lesson that week, which is partly why I'm not pushing to lose so much weight now. It was actually 22 years ago this week that I last got to my goal weight, and it was with Weight Watchers. And when I joined Weight Watchers sometime in the year before, I'd been determined to get to my goal weight by my birthday, and at that time when I joined it seemed a long way off, and I had plenty of time to lose all the weight I wanted. But when it got to the week of my birthday, I hadn't got there, and I had £5 to lose. And I was determined that I was going to get to my goal weight on my birthday. And it just so happened, which made it seem even more like it was made to be, was that my Weight Watchers meeting was on my birthday. And also on that day, it was my Weight Watchers leader's birthday, and also my mother-in-law's birthday. And so I thought, it would be so nice to lose £5. Now, to lose £5 when you're very overweight is quite a challenge. To lose £5 when you want to reach your target weight, and mine was 8 stones, to lose that last £5, I had to put in an incredible effort that week, but I was so determined to get there. I don't know what I ate that week. I can't remember with it being 22 years ago, but I know it was extremely little. And I got to my Weight Watchers meeting, which was around about 1 o'clock, I think. And I got on the scales, and it was there. It was absolutely magic. I'd reached my goal weight on my birthday as planned. Of course, I hadn't eaten anything all week. And I went from the Weight Watchers meeting onto my mother-in-law's, who was having a party for both of us. Every year we had a little party together. And that was when I reached, the only time in my weight loss journey I ever reached my goal weight. And I stayed there for 2 whole, and you're wondering what I'm going to say now, decades? No. 2 whole years? No. And now you're thinking, 2 whole months? Is that all she stayed at a target for? No. 2 whole days then? No. I stayed at my target weight for 2 whole hours before I put everything on that I'd lost in the whole last year and a lot more. And that was partly because I pushed so hard to lose that last £5. And I went from the Weight Watchers meeting up to my mother-in-law. She put on the most amazing spread. I hadn't eaten pretty much for a whole week. And so I think I ate a week's worth of food at that party. It was all I can remember now, even 22 years on, I remember it was all sausage rolls and butties and cakes, because she was a wonderful baker and she used to make lovely vegan cakes. And it was so nice. And I ate everything in sight that day. And it just carried on and on for months and months and months until I put the whole lot back on again. Of course, it would have been much more sensible to have not bothered about reaching my target in that week. I mean, what did it really matter? Looking back now, I think I should have just left it. It would have made no difference if I reached my target a couple of weeks later, a couple of months later. But that wasn't the first time that I've got fairly close to target and then put the whole lot back on again. Obviously, like a lot of other people, it happened over and over again. But it was a lesson to me, and it is why now that as I'm in the under 9.5 stone, I'm quite happy to just let things take its course. I don't want to work really hard at it, but I would like it to come off gradually. Next week I am planning to have a gain because it is my birthday week, and I'm going to try what I wanted to try from the beginning is that I've always said if we're going to go out for a day, or if we're going to go away for a couple of days break, or if I go up to see my family, I'm not going to do intermittent fasting. I'm not going to be doing any kind of diet. I'm just going to be eating what I want and then getting back to it the day after. I'm slightly concerned about this getting back to it the day after, because with conventional diets it never works for me. I go off plan, and it's usually days, a week, a couple of weeks, maybe not ever, that I can get myself motivated again. So I want to try and see how it goes. So between tea time tonight, which is Saturday, and Tuesday morning, I'm going to be taking it really easy. I may not have windows, or if I do, they're going to be very relaxed, and I want to see that how I cope with having a weight gain, which I'm going to have, and how I cope getting back on track on Tuesday. So I just want to warn you that next week it will be a gain. I hope it's not over half a stone or a stone, which believe me I have done in a week before. So we'll see what happens. The other thing I wanted to say about this week was that I did learn something this week. I was quite hungry for a few days. I think it was around about Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I was quite hungry and I couldn't work out why. I thought it was because I'd had extra treats over Easter, and that I was really, because of the sugar that I'd eaten, I was more hungry. But as it was going on every day, I was so hungry when it got to around about 3 or 4 o'clock, I couldn't wait for my tea. And by the time tea time came, I wasn't feeling satisfied with what I ate because I was so hungry. And I tried to work out what could be different. I was eating the same food, so I was doing the same exercise. I just couldn't work it out. And then on Wednesday I suddenly thought that the only thing that I'd changed was that I was doing my exercise earlier in the day. Normally I do my exercise, which is I walk about 5 miles on the treadmill. I do it at dinner time, and usually by the time I've done the exercise, had a shower, washed my hair, dried my hair, got changed, everything, it's usually about, round about 2 o'clock. So by that time I've just got the afternoon, have a coffee, and it's nearly time to start getting ready to make tea. But when I was doing my exercise earlier, round about 9 or 10 o'clock, I'd had my shower, everything was done by about 11, half 11, and it seemed a good old long stretch between then and tea time. And of course, after doing the exercise, I was hungrier, and that was the problem. It took me a few days to realise that change made such a difference. So I went back to doing the treadmill in the dinner time, early afternoon, and everything's gone back to normal now. But it was interesting that just that slight shift made such a difference, and it did to me. and I was glad to find out what was causing the hunger. So I'm going to do the live weigh-in now. Last week I gained 1.5 pounds that the Easter bunny brought for me, and I'd gone up to 9 stone 7. So I'm hoping, I did hope to lose that 1.5 pounds this week.
It's ready.
Okay.
9 stones, 5.4 pounds.
5.4, so I have lost 1.5 pounds that I put on last week. So I'm pleased about that, and I'll let you know next week how I get on. I'm quite interested to see what happens, but it will be a gain next week. I've already seen some of the presents coming in. I've had a package from my sister, which when you shake it you can hear chocolates. Also from my parents and from Andy as well, I've had more jars of chickpeas and beans, which I asked for. I thought rather than have more boxes of chocolates, and I liked the beans so much, and I did have a discount code for the bean company that I used, which would be running out soon. So I asked Andy if he would get those for me, and I had to buy quite a few because by the time I'd had the discount I wouldn't have made the free postage. So I ended up buying 18 jars of beans for £55, whereas if you remember the ones I showed you last week, I'd bought 12 for £50, so it is quite a saving, and I've just stored them upstairs. I'm looking forward to getting into those. And I know my mum and dad had bought me some from a different company to try, and I also note that my mum and dad have sent me a box, and when I shake that I can hear liquid sloshing round in cans, and I have a feeling they could be those canned cocktails that I like. You know, the ones that where you shake them up and down and they've got like nitroglycerine or something. Anyway, it's got some chemical in the bottom, so when you shake it and you open it up it releases the valve and the cocktail is all smooth and creamy. So I think they might have got me some of those. So by the time I've made my way through all that, and I'm planning to bake cakes on Monday as well, I think it's going to be a significant gain, but we'll see what happens, and as long as I get back to it Tuesday morning I won't mind what the gain is. This is a test for me. 3 months I've been doing this now. This is a test for me as to how I'm going to manage it through the summer, because it'll be coming up soon for days out. I know my mum and dad are coming to visit. I know I'll probably be going away, and I need to know how I'm going to cope. So this is the first test and I'm a bit nervous about it, but we'll just have to see what happens. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope everyone has had a lovely week, and please write down below how you've been getting on. I love to know how everyone's doing. We have the computer all fixed and sorted now, so I will be able to respond to everyone's comments, and I hope you have a lovely week. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!